Welcome to the post week 8 power rankings. And this could be the last look at the power rankings before we head into the playoffs. So we're going to jump right into it. Coming in at last, we have the 93-94 White Sox. They're 1-7 and they're moving down. They lost to the Average Joes and forfeited. Uh, Realistically, this team has not won a game. Their only win came from a forfeit. So Cooper is still winless in the LRL, and I got the White Sox in dead last. Number 11, the Slinging Slashers. They are 1-7 and they're moving up. They lost to the Reggie Carts and beat an experience. And there was a Melby sub in the game, and he is making a sub of the year case for himself. 35.5 rebounds per game, which is third. 36.6% from two, which is 10th. 30% from the field, which is 11th. There's not much I can really say about this team. No playoffs for them. They're at 11. At least they're moving up this week. Number 10, we have Alphabet Hoop. They're 2-6. They're moving down. They lost to the Blazers and forfeited a game to Major Bag Alert. Angel played in Week 7, 5.16 steals per game, which is fourth, and 17.8% from three, which is last. My buy-in team really they fucked with my money. I quit as executive of Alphabet Hoop. I no longer have any ties with this team. They suck. Number 10. Number 9, we have the Average Joes. They're 3-5. They have no movement. They beat the White Sox and lost to the Reggie Cards. 41.33 points per game, which is 11th. 26.33 rebounds per game, which is 11th. And 7 assists per game, which is tied for third. The Average Joes team, they're starting to become the below average Joes. They're gonna have to really fight for a playoff spot, and we're gonna see if they can do so. Number 9. At number 8, we have the Blazers. They are 4-4 and they're moving up. They beat Alphabet Hoop and lost to the Jackboys. Justin's first 2 games with the team, they had 33.6 rebounds per game, which is fourth, 4.2 assists per game, which is 10th. I was actually shocked with this team's performance over the last week. I did not expect them to win a game against Justin's former team. It was a revenge game, and they're going to have to finish either 2-0 or maybe they can even go 1-1 and sneak in the playoffs. So we're just going to have to see. Number 7, we have Big Meat. They're 4-4 and they're moving down. They lost to Major Bag Alert and they beat Mufat. 38.2 rebounds per game, which is second. 30.3% from the field, which is 10th. 31.9% opponent field goal percentage, which is second in the league. This is another team that their playoffs pretty much start next week. They're gonna either have to go 2-0 or 1-1 to get in. A boring team. They really don't bring any flair to the LRL, and I don't really have much to say about them. Number 6, we have the Jackboys. They're 3-5 and they're moving up. They lost to Inexperience and beat the Blazers. 3.67 blocks per game, which is second. 43.2% from two, which is fourth. And Christian, 28.25 points and 18.75 rebounds per game. I can see this team going 2-0 next week and making a fight for themselves to sneak in as a 6th seed. And that's really all I got to say about them. Number 6. Number 5, we have Mufat. They're 5-3 and they're moving down. They lost to Team ATM and lost to Big Meat. 5.83 steals per game, which leads the league. 45.9% from two, which is first, and 43.3 opponent points per game, which is third. Mufat finally played a good team and a decent team, and they struggled. So when playoff time comes, I think we're going to see this team struggle. But I also think they'll be able to overcome some of those struggles. So I got them at the 5 spot right now. Number 4, we have Reggie Carts Part 2. They're 6-2 and they're moving up. They beat the Slinging Slashers and beat the Average Joes. They're 3-0 with Tyler, Dylan, and Kyle, their official team. 32.9% opponent field goal percentage, which is third. And Tyler, 28.5 points per game. Probably the leading candidate for the MVP. I can see this team doing pretty well in the playoffs, and maybe even a dark horse for to get into the finals. Number 3, we have Inexperienced. They're 6-2. They're moving up. They beat the Jackboys and lost to the Slinging Slashers with the Melby sub 35.7% from 3, which leads the league. 39.5% from the field, which is second. 8.5 threes made per game, which is second, and 23.83 rebounds per game, which is 12th. I mean, all around good team, fun team to watch. I can definitely see this team going pretty far in the playoffs, and we'll just see how they can do when they run into one of these top 2 teams. Number 2, we have Major Bag Alert. They're 6-2. They got no movement. They beat Big Meat and then won via forfeit. 8.83 assists per game, which leads the league. Plus 14.16 net rebounds per game, which leads the league. First in opponent points, rebounds, assists, and blocks per game. They're fighting for their final spot, and I don't really think there's another team that can really fight with this team other than the team I have in the 1 spot. So they're in the 2 spot once again. And number 1, I think they've stayed in the number 1 spot throughout the entire power rankings. Team ATM, they're 7-1. They beat Mufat and won via forfeit. 45.2% from 2, which is second. 33.1% from 3, which is second. 7.5 threes made per game, which is third, and 33% opponent field goal percentage, which is fourth. I mean, once again, this team proved that they're the best team in the league. I think some of the teams trying to fight their way into the playoffs are just fighting for a right to lose the Team ATM. This is my pick. This is my pick to win the finals. I said it. There it is. And they're topping off another week of the power rankings. Thank you guys for watching.